Good morning, everybody. Dave here with Dave's Old Iron, aka Nelson Creek Farm. We're still at the farm. We never going to leave that, but changing the name of the channel, as you well know, to reflect more on what we're doing. And today, I have a little bit of an issue with some old iron. What am I up to this Thursday, the 27th of June, 2024? Well, today it is cool. We've had more rain. We had thunderstorms all night last night. We've got a bunch of rangeland fires burning around the area. And we have to move the LS tractor to get to Stinky to get it out so we can go play with some more old iron. Now, we're going to do a little roadside mowing, and we got to relocate the Super A so I can water the apple orchard. So that's what we're up to today. We're going to play with those old tractors right there here before too long as well. But not today. Alrighty, everybody. This is what's going on with the channel and the name change. As you all know, I got the thing started for the grandkids to follow along on what Grandpa was doing on the farm. Well, since they're not watching much anymore because of sports and being busy doing other things that kids do in school, I'm changing the name of the channel to more go in line and reflect with what I have been doing on the farm, which is playing with old iron in general. Now that's going to include old tractors, old trucks, old cars, old hit and miss, whatever the case may be. That's what I'm going to be focusing on for the next 3 years until I can take my early retirement. I simply plainly do not have the time to do much here at the farm every week. Usually when the weather is decent and I can be outside doing something on it, I'm in town working. If the weather's bad, stormy, it's muddy, the snow's coming down, there's 60-mile-an-hour wind, that's usually when I'm here at the farm. So until I can take early retirement and get out here and do something, we're going to focus on restoring, repairing, and whatnot of the old tractors, old equipment, that sort of thing. So, yeah, that's the reason for the name change. That, and, like I mentioned a minute ago, my early retirement. I'm going to be turning 62 in 3 years next week from today, actually. So, I think it's today. Anyway, next month I'll be 59. So, in 3 years, I'm going to be taking early retirement. At that point in time, I may be able to do something more here at the farm, to do some actual farming. I still will not be, unless something changes my mind, I still will not be doing a fresh produce stand, pumpkin patches, corn mazes, that sort of thing. Talk to my insurance agent. Doesn't cost much to have those put on as a rider, I think is what he called it. To be that coverage. But after dealing with some of the population at the in-town job, I've just decided I don't want to take the chance of losing my home and my farm and my livelihood and whatnot to somebody that got a hangnail. So, yeah, there will not be any roadside stand, fresh produce, that sort of thing. We're going to stick with hay, and if we sell some hay, great, fine, wonderful. If not, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So we may change back the focus in 3 years to farming, but right now it's just going to be on the old iron. Speaking of which, we need to get to it. So let's go get Stinky fired up. Got to have some change to do what we're going to be doing here in a minute. Yeah. We'll throw these right here on the back end. Hopefully that'll all stay there. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. We definitely need a new set of plugs in this thing. But what we're after today with Stinky is sitting over here in the apple orchard. Now, before I go any further, I want to recap what I just said a little bit ago. Yeah, the channel started out for the grandkids, but they aren't watching anymore. So, two, that brought me to my early retirement discussion. And you're probably going, Dave, what's that got to do with your YouTube channel? Okay. Well, when I got it started for the grandkids, it was never my intention to become what YouTube calls monetized. That means popular enough that a commercial business wants to use a certain amount of seconds, minutes, whatever, for advertising like a TV commercial on my channel. Now, this is in by no means whatsoever meaning I'm endorsing a political candidate. Those guys are all over right now begging for money. One of them stupid SOBs needs to be put in a retirement home, and the other one just needs to shut up. But anyway, where I'm going with this is, up until the 1st of May, I was gaining about a subscriber a week, give or take. Sometimes 2. Well, in May, I hit a plateau, 659 subscribers, and I stayed there all month. Then the 1st of June, I started losing subscribers. And a few of them even told me why that they were leaving is because they felt like they'd tuned into a channel that was about farming, and Farmer Dave wasn't doing any farming. He was doing everything but. So they felt like they wanted to leave, and I'm okay with that. Everybody's entitled to come and go as they want. I've done it myself to some channels, and I've got channels that follow my channel, but I don't necessarily follow theirs, or vice versa. Yeah, it just matters what you've got time and your interests are. Time for an interest. So, okay, I started losing subscribers. Well, originally that wouldn't have meant a big deal to me, but now that I'm facing down my retirement in 3 years, I got thinking I'll be lucky if there's any Social Security, retirement, pensions, whatever left to be handed out in 3 years. So it would be nice if I could get my 1,000+ subscribers and X amount of whatever YouTube says is the current viewing hours or time to become monetized. So yeah, when I say, hey, if you would hit that big red button down there and that says subscribe on it, and I'd appreciate it. I really would appreciate it. Got a lot of people that just follow to come along, and whenever I do a video, they'll pop up and do something. Yeah, if you would, please subscribe, folks. Doesn't cost you anything. And I know there's a few of you out there channel-wise that I follow that I have communications with that say they aren't going to beg for subscribers. That's fine. I'm not begging for subscribers either, but I have a criteria that I have set up now. If I get to 500 videos, I think this one will be 412. If I get to 500 videos and I don't have 700 subscribers, I'm shutting down the channel. Yeah, it may come to a shock to you, but that's it. Either 500 or 700 subscribers by the time I get to 500, or it's done. So, because I get emails and text messages telling me I'm not a farmer, I'm not farming, they feel gypped, whatever, I'm spending too much time playing with old tractors, that is the main reason why the name change. Now, I've had a lot of discussions with 2 other fellow YouTubers, some people at work. Yeah, I could probably get a whole bunch of subscribers real fast if I had a chorus line of half-days naked dancing girls dancing along behind me, but that isn't the topic of this channel. Don't want to go there, so quite frankly, I can't get any of the gals I know to go and do it. Yeah, so I wonder why. because I'm a dirty old man with a camera. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's why we're doing the different track and going to deal with the old iron. Well, that's it for my speech. So let's get back to moving some old iron today. I need to get this early Super A out of the orchard area here where the apple trees are, because I noticed the other day we have apples coming. There's a couple there, a couple down here. Yeah, not that many of them on this Fuji apple tree. We didn't have a lot of blooms this year, partially because they got frozen this year with our weird spring weather that we had. So we're not going to have an abundance of apples, but what I do have, I need to get water on them so that they'll at least grow and produce something halfway decent to eat. Now, this is where I'm going to hook on to the Super A to pull it, because it will steer off of this. I don't have anybody here today to help me steer the tractor, so I would hook onto the axle or whatnot. I am going to hook onto this, and if I booger it up, I'm not going to cry about it, and I'll tell you why later. I guess I could have used a shorter chain for this job, but this is what I had laying around right handy to grab a hold of, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going around this drawbar bar a few times just so the thing won't slip from one side to the other and make it steer weird. Yeah. We're going to try to keep it on a center line of sorts. And the rest of this, let's go right over that. I'm going to hook that there. Yeah, something kind of like that. So let's give this thing a whirl, see if we can't move it. Now that the Super A is out of this orchard area here, I can get in here with a mower and finish mowing down the grasses and whatnot, and we'll get some water on that. If anybody wants some of those little old red old-fashioned style roses, they're free to anybody that wants them. Don't know if you can hear me or not, but for right now, don't know that you can hear me or not, but for right now we're going to move the little Super A up here to the underneath the pine trees just for a while. I got to get it put somewhere else out of the weather and whatnot. For now, this is where she's going to go. Chain off of there and hook that around there with that other one, and we'll go park Stinky. We'll make our escape right between the pine trees and back out to the driveway again. Yeah. Something kind of like that. Now for the next thing we're going to do. I was thinking we were going to park Stinky, but no. What I'm after next is sitting right here in the grasses. It is the 6-foot blade. Just in case I've not mentioned it lately and the new subscribers haven't heard, I do prefer some of these smaller tractors because, like, in hitching this thing up, it's easier because all I have to do is rock the tractor back and forth a bit to get all the hitch pins lined up. Yeah, like here, it just needs to roll forward some. Of course, sometimes it is easier to make the tractor do its thing and move itself. What we got going on here? Well, this thing hasn't been used for so long, it's rusted up tight. Imagine that. The adjustable link is no longer adjustable. Well, that's all right. We'll fake it and claim that it was. Well, this end is. The top end of it, the other end is what's rusted up tight. Well, that's an easy enough fix. You unscrew these things, clean the old grease out of them. You'll lube the heck out of it with something that doesn't leave a greasy film behind. Yeah. Yeah, it ain't gonna turn, so, yep. You have to get this thing stuck together the old-fashioned hard way here. There we go. Cool. And something kind of like that. Woo, doggies, it's been hot around here. Daytime highs up around 100. Making this old fat boy sweat something fierce. Yeah. Went to sit down on the toilet the other day, hydroplaned right off of it and ended up in the bathtub. Yeah, that's been that hot. Alrighty, what we're going to do is we're going to head up the road today to the head gate down there by that next place. We're going to level out some of this gravel that we got going on around here that the county highway department was so gracious to dump in my burrow pit. So we'll get up there, get things set up, and I'll show you what I'm doing. I don't know if you can see it down in there, but I got a good deal of sediment building up in there. I got twigs and stuff have caught the mud that's coming down, so I need to clean that out because all I've got is that little bit of a trickle right there. So yeah, we're gonna adjust this a bit, get some more water going down there so I can get the pump started going again. Yeah. This is some of that new gravel that the highway department dumped alongside the road here when they increased the height of that about 4 or 5 inches when they put a new layer of asphalt on top of it. And it comes out of ways, and then it's a real steep angle drop off down. And this area right here where I pull up to check my irrigation water, right over here, is really rather rough. So what I'm going to do is start back here about where I'm standing and try to grade this part here level, and then starting down about there, that ridge, I'm going to see if I can't pull it down here further into the borrow pit, make it a little easier to get in and out of the side of the road here all the way down to the house. Now that I've gone down past that hump, you can see what kind of an angle I'm dealing with, and I'm afraid it's even going to get steeper than that the further towards the house I get, so I probably won't be filming too much. I don't know if you can spot the ridge. It's running right along the edge of that right front tire there, and then it's a real steep drop off. So what I'm going to have to do is work this ridge down in stages, and I'll have to come back, and you can kind of see the ridge running right here. Yeah, that's after I've knocked it down. I'll have to come back and hit that again with maybe the left side of the tractor running on that ridge to help level that out a little bit, so it's easier to drive down in here when you're checking the water. Now that won't help me any, but it'll help the guy that's bought the property here and is farming it. I'm going real slow along here because this is so steep. I could roll Stinky real easy here. I really am not looking forward to being in the mood to doing that, so yeah, we'll just take our slow time along here and get this done. I've got it pretty well leveled out now. It's yeah, looking a lot better than it was. Yeah, it's got more of just a natural slope to it off to the side there. It isn't such a steep thing, and there's no ridge in it. So yeah, I'm just going back up the road once just to check and see how it looks. Might need to do a fourth pass down in here a little further, but I kind of doubt it. I think I'll leave it alone the way it is for now. It looks all right. I stopped for a bit to chat with a nice individual that had stopped by, saw me out working this little tractor. Apparently they just bought a Massey Ferguson, one of those small 20 horsepower jobs, and weren't sure how to make it work right. They were using a rear blade and kept getting stuck and stuff. And yeah, one of these rear blades will act like a boat anchor. Anyway, nice fellow from the Twin Falls Rental Company. Shout out to you, whoever you are. Didn't get your name, either that or I don't remember it. So anyway, yeah, I have that issue. So I think that's going to call it good for now. I did the road down to the farm, or did the roadside. I'll leave the borrow pits for the farm for another day. I just realized what time of day it was. I will go show you what else needs to be done at the farm, but yeah, I need to get this video put together and shot out to you all. Plus I need to start getting ready for the big adventure tomorrow. Yeah. Tall grass there alongside the road is something else I was going to get to today with Stinky and the 5-foot brush hog, but now to see what time of day it is. We're getting close to supper time around here, and yeah, I got to get ready for tomorrow's big adventure and retrieval, so we will save that for another day with the brush hog mower, and on that side of the fence along the pine trees as well. Right now it's pretty muddy because the water is full in the pond and is running down. I don't know how far it's going down, but hopefully it's going all the way down to water those pine trees. If not, we're gonna have to do some digging. Well, I see how long this video is already, so I think that's going to wrap it up today. For what I'm doing, we'll get to that roadside probably Saturday. And yeah, from myself and the two supers here at the farm, 2 of the 3, I wish you all well and have a good one. And as always, don't forget, right down there, hit that big subscribe button. It does mean a lot. Anyway, thank you, and y'all be careful out there and behave. Catch up with you later. Bye-bye for now.